calling. Hello? That's a 6-figure job deal calling for you. Hey guys, it's Jody and I'm back with another video. I know, it's been quite a while. You know, life be lifing and I'm just trying to live, you know, get through it all. So today's video, I just kind of wanted to talk about something that's been a big topic that's been on my mind. It's been on the mind of some of my friends, and that is the job search. It's about that time when you know, things are kind of kicking into gear. We know a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are in a deeper, larger transition period than we're used to. And it can get a little bit difficult out here. You know, it's rough in these streets. And I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of the tips and some of the things that I've learned over the past few weeks while I navigate this wonderful era of being unemployed. So yes, I'll get a little bit more into that in a second, but you know, just wanted to kind of share a little bit of the things that I've been working on. I think within the past couple weeks, I've grown quite a lot. I've learned quite a lot, and I've been able to kind of just take those learnings and put them into action and pay it forward by sharing stuff with my friends. I've learned a lot from my friends as well, but I also wanted to just share something with you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so quick life update. So as I mentioned before, I am officially unemployed. So I was working at a marketing agency since January, and I remember I told you guys in one of my previous videos, you know, that I was starting the new role, kind of seeing where things were going, and it was a great experience. I learned a ton while I was there. I was working as a business development executive, but it was a startup, so as things can go, there's a lot of shifts and changes and a lot of moving parts when it comes to working in a startup. And for me, I just realized that I needed a little bit more structure. I will say as well, you know, just certain things worked for me and certain things didn't. So, you know, I've been able to juggle and keep up with everything, but I was under contract. So they had a policy where they called it like date before you marry. So you start off as a contract worker for a couple of months, and then like for about 3 months. And then afterwards you transition over into full-time. For me, I was going to transition to full-time a couple months after I had started, but the company just didn't have enough money to bring me on full-time. So they extended my contract to all the way through August, and I was totally fine with that. So it was just around that time, the end of August, that I realized, you know, I kind of want to branch off and go do something else. So I made the decision to not renew my contract and to not pursue for full-time. But I just made the decision to just be like, deuces. It's time for me to kind of just pick up and go and move forward. A lot of different things kind of weighed in, but I know, you know, a lot of us are dealing with toxic work environments, just kind of shifts and a lot of changes within the workforce. And I think people sometimes can underestimate, I think, when you're in your 20s and you are considered like the junior staff or like the junior executives, sometimes like you get it's a very weird like kind of tangle. Like they put a lot on you at sometimes, but then they don't always trust a lot of things that you kind of contribute. So it's I guess a double-edged sword sometimes. But with that, taking those things into account, I just wanted to take some time to, like I said before, share some of the things that I've been kind of utilizing and doing these past couple weeks to help improve just my overall job search experience. Because, child, we already know what it's like searching for a job. It's hard. And it's already hard when you're like searching for a job when you're already in a role. But when you're searching for a job where it's like, baby, I got bills and I have nothing right now, so let's lock it in, it's very discouraging. Okay, that's like one way to put it. But I definitely kind of took a different approach. I think a lot of times kind of getting into the job search is just like mundane, very boring, and just like, I don't want to do this. But trying to play around with it and make it work for me, that has been a tactic or just a method that has really helped me progress, take it more seriously, and, you know, just kind of further my efforts and make a lot of progress actually. So, you know, so that's all I gotta say, you know. So, you know, I growing and moving forward and taking all of these different life lessons that I've learned and just trying to make some shit shake, I guess. Like, you know, we gonna do the damn thing regardless, but we gonna see if we can get employed and do it, you know, while we get funded. at the same time, fund my lifestyle, if you will. So as always, I got notes on my iPad. So, we're just gonna get right into it. So one of the things that has really helped excel or just push forward my job search, it's been getting strategic about the job search. So while one of the things that I did, I tried to narrow down exactly what I want to do and what I'm capable of. I think really understanding, okay, my specific skill set, kind of where do I normally just kind of automatically get placed when it does come to working, when it does come to helping people with different projects. What are the things that gravitate towards me naturally, that I'm very good at, that I can do almost without thinking, and just kind of ripping and running through those things. My really strong skills, those are the things that I've utilized to kind of figure out what roles align with my existent skill set. Figuring that out has helped me to be a little bit more strategic and a little bit more thoughtful in the roles that I apply for. A lot of times we tend to just see something that's like, oh, okay, that sounds like something I could do, and just kind of go for it, and it's like you get rejected. But then you get rejected because you really did not think through, is this actually something that I'd want to do? Do I actually have the skill sets to perform these different duties? And do I even align with the company and their overall outlook, their mission, their vision, and what they see for their specific brand? So yeah, just doing those things and kind of understanding a little bit more. So one example was when I was kind of coming up, one of the things when I was interning back in like 2017, 2018, around that time, I was told a lot of times that I was naturally a marketer. I was just really good at kind of convincing people to do things. I spoke really well when it came to kind of just presenting myself within my resume. And I was like, marketing? I don't know about that. Because I just thought it was going to be a little bit more just like background and just, kind of just understanding a little bit of stuff, but I didn't really know what marketing was at the time. And I just was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. But I just kind of thought like, okay, you learn about the overall, you learn about your target market, and then you just kind of like push things for that and whatever. But it was just like, it's more than that. Marketing can actually be fun. And I realized that I do have a passion for marketing. I do have a desire to market. And it allows me to be very creative. I always thought that I wanted to start my own fashion brand. I thought that I wanted to just do things that were just overall fun, creative, be my own boss. But over time, different experiences and growing and learning, I decided that some of the things that I do want to do, they really do go hand in hand with marketing. And marketing is not just being on the marketing team and managing different accounts. It's also encompasses creative strategy, developing. Are you okay? It also encompasses creative strategy, developing pitch decks, and really just knowing who the audience is that you're speaking to, coming up with different cool creative ways to talk to them, to have them be able to listen, speak in their language, and just kind of, it's all encompassing, and it can really be what you make it. So through learning that, I decided, okay, I think I might really give this marketing thing a try. And it's probably one of the best decisions that I could have made, because I really do enjoy it. And it's been fun because I've been able to kind of tap into that within my own specific entrepreneurial spirit and like that side of my career, but then also when it comes to working with different companies as well. So yeah, I do believe that narrowing down what you want to do and having a better understanding of, okay, what are the skills? What are the things that I can do? What can I do well? What comes naturally to me? And what are some things that will actually make me some money? Once you kind of get those things down, you can understand a little bit better what roles you think might work out for you, what might be ideal, and it'll help kind of point you in a better direction. One of the other things as well, I created a spreadsheet that kind of just it's a job search tracker for this specific season, and it has a bunch of different things in there. So it has like the company, it has the exact role, the link to the actual job posting. Then I have like different criteria where it shows like when did I actually apply, who do I know at the company, who's the hiring manager, who's the recruiter, and just another little section for any notes or anything like that, any potential connections who may know someone of someone or whatever. And then I also have a little area that also lets me know like the status of that specific application. So I know whether it's, you know, kind of still moving forward. Where did I leave off? Is it time for me to follow back up? Or is it time for me to just be like, well, they're out of the running because they did not decide to move forward with me. Time to move on. And I'll actually link that below. I'll link a version of it so you guys can just copy it and create your own if you want to utilize it, or even just take a look at it and use it to develop your own spreadsheet or just your own method of tracking. Creating your career non-negotiables. I know I have a video on dating and like, you know, what are your non-negotiables and everything like that, and your bare minimums, but thinking through, this will also help, and it goes hand in hand with narrowing down what you actually want to do and what you're capable of doing. You kind of figure out what are the things that you want in a company, and what are some of the things that's going to make you feel like, I'm leaving, I'm not working here. If you have a strong suit or just a strong inkling in sustainability and ethics and just being really eco-friendly and specifically conscious, why would you work for a large conglomerate that, you know, kind of focuses a lot on greenwashing and does not really care about the environment? Probably one of the main companies that's kind of taking us down right now. You wouldn't want to go and apply for something there. But I think a lot of times when we get desperate and we kind of operate out of a place of lack, we do that a lot. And, you know, I'd love to say that. That's one of my favorite phrases. But yeah, when we kind of come out of a place of desperation and thinking that we will not get anything better, we may kind of go back on our actual boundaries and our non-negotiables and accept things that are really not meant for us. I don't think you're going to be happy somewhere that creates the type of things that you want to avoid. So look at those specific companies, look at what the actual company itself is doing. When you see the things that they create, does it make you happy? Does it make you proud? Would you be proud to tell people that you work there? If not, don't do it, because it's not about the work. I think also too, within the career non-negotiables, it's realizing that what may make me money right now may not be my life's goal, and that is okay. Maybe it just needs to be something that I enjoy doing for the time being. Maybe something that I didn't see myself doing in the long run, but it's something that I'm good at, something I can do with minimal stress, and it'll make me some money, or it'll make me a good amount of money. While I do that, it may fund my actual goal and just kind of put me into the places and the spaces where I need to be in order to explore and get into what I truly want to do. What do you actually want from a role? Do you want something that's going to make you a lot of money? Do you want something that's going to help feed your creativity? Do you want something where it's like, you may not make a lot of money, but you're going to grow a lot within that role? You're going to get a lot of experience. You're going to get a lot of transferable skills as well that you can kind of take and move on to the next thing. Do you want something that is very flexible and allows you to be able to kind of move how you want to move? Do you feel like there's not a lot of, something that's not very strenuous, not too stressful, something that organically flows? Or do you need something that has like a rigid structure that will allow you to kind of stay on point, you know, kind of motivate you to keep moving in a specific direction? And also, is it going to be something that you feel good about at the end of the day? Like I said, is it going to be something that you're proud of? Are you going to be proud to tell people that you work at this company? And are you going to be proud to tell people that you work in this specific role? Do you want to explain what you do to people and let them know? It's as simple as that. And I guess we overcomplicate things sometimes because we do think about the end goal, we think about the money, and a lot of times we don't think about, you know, getting the money is great, but at the end of the day, you are still paying a price, and that is your well-being, your mental health, and your overall relationship with you. So, you know, be mindful of that and take that into consideration because it's very, very important. I'd say also that kind of segues into being honest about your 5-year plan. What are some of the things that you want to get done within the next 5 years? Do you even have a 5-year plan? Do you know what you want to be doing? Ideally, if there's like no barriers, and don't think realistically, but think, I guess, within your capabilities and what you're able to do. If you learn maybe a couple of skills, where do you see yourself actually sitting? And then kind of backtrack and think about, okay, what are the steps that I need to do in order to get there? If you want to be the vice president of a major company, then just shooting for assistant jobs is not about the work. You can move forward and think, okay, how can I take these skills within my assistant experience and move up the ladder in a positive and move up the ladder in a real strategic and I guess like a specific pace that will match the goal that I want to, match the role that I want to get to at the end of these 5 years. I think really being honest with yourself about what are some of the things that you're passionate about. Do you want to be your own boss? Are you an entrepreneur and you want to kind of quit your job at a certain point and go ahead and start making that money on your own? If that's the case, then maybe if you are, still kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now, quitting is not going to be the best thing to do and just taking on your business venture full time. It's more so finding a job that can pay you adequately and still give you enough time and room to work on your overall vision at the end of the day. Finding a way to balance and understanding that, okay, maybe some of the things that I want to do are realistic within the next 5 years, or I got to give myself a little bit more time, or just kind of restructuring. Also, while I'm working on these things, am I learning some of the skills that I would want to learn in order to run my business? Thinking strategically like that. So it's like, yeah, I get paid to do this, but it's also teaching me what I need to be doing, what I shouldn't be doing when it comes to running my own business, or, comes to being in a specific field. I think we sometimes forget about that. Like, you can actually, if you want to do freelance marketing, for example, work for a marketing agency and learn about some of the things that you can do. I'm just using that as an example because it just applies to me. But if you want to have your own marketing agency one day, work at multiple marketing agencies and learn what are some of the things that they do. Figure out some of the things that you really like doing. Speak to some of the clients and see like what are some of the things that they loved about working with that company. What are some of the things that they hated? What are some of the things that they maybe even recommended or suggested? And what are some of the ideas that you always brought to the table? Because you in that specific role, you know how you wanted to feel as an employee. So when you actually become the employer, you know how you want your people to feel. You know how it felt being in that role, so you know how to move as a boss. Just kind of taking those things and kind of making them make sense for where you want to go in life. But yeah, so definitely taking the time to create your career non-negotiables. What are the things that I want to put up with? What are the things that I actually stand for? And who are those companies that align with what I want to do in life and where I see myself going? And when you start to kind of get a little bit more specific in those areas, you will see a clear direction and you will be able to kind of carve out your own path and where you want to go. One of the things that really has helped me as well was upping my professional presence. So overall, just when I think about my professional presence, that's like my online presence, my overall resume, just headshots, how I look, all those things, and how I kind of come across in different spaces that potential employers will look and notice me. Like if somebody were to Google me, what is coming up? So people can actually see some of my capabilities, what my skill set is involved in, how I kind of move, how I walk, how I, talk, all those different things. But then also, just how I represent myself online, because how I represent myself is an accurate way to show how I'm going to represent, how I represent myself is a pretty accurate way of showing how I'm going to represent the company when they hire me. So one of the main things that I did that really did help was updating my website. I had a Squarespace site that kind of just included some of the things that I did, and I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to put up there. I know that I create content. I know that I, have my own side business and work on my event series, the after party. I know that there's a bunch of different things that I do. Also, I know that I'm building my career within fashion and marketing. So what are some of the things that I want to, how do I want to describe myself? How do I want to show up? And I realized I didn't want to just be in one box. I looked at all the things that I want to show up as and decided to kind of work on my overall online presence and figure out how do I want, when people look me up on my website, how do I want them to view me? What do I want them to see? And what are some of the takeaways that I want them to get? And that's where I kind of landed. So my website includes like content creation. It includes my marketing background. It includes my overall professional background. It also includes my modeling and just kind of starting out there. So my modeling portfolio was on my website. And then it also includes just like my side creative strategy kind of consulting services as well. So it's a broad overview of some of the things that I can do, where I'm at, and how I kind of want to move forward. So people, and it also allows people to get in contact with me, clearly representing myself and clearly showing, you know, what are some of the capabilities. I also updated my LinkedIn. So when it came to that, just had to kind of rewrite my overall bio. And that bio also lives on my website, of course. So rewriting my bio, updating all my job descriptions, trying to figure out what's the best way for me to represent my skill set. Because a lot of times when it comes to just kind of adding things on LinkedIn and, you know, just kind of throw things together, it does come off very thrown together. It could be a little janky, a little like halfway done, because LinkedIn can seem like a very daunting task. But once you get into the groove, take some time to just carve it out and really show who you are professionally, of course, but then really show your personality and let people get a chance to get to know you. So however you speak. So if you're just like, hey girl, it's time for you to, you know, learn about me, or just be like, well, who, you know, if you, depending on how you speak, what is your tone of voice and how do you want to represent yourself at the end of the day? Of course, your website should have that, but then also your LinkedIn page as well. And really kind of pushing forward to show what are some of the things that you want to do. Even an example with some of the posts that I've recently done on LinkedIn. I posted, once I finished my website, I did a quick little video scrolling through it, a screen recording of me scrolling through my website, and I posted it on LinkedIn. And I let people know, like, hey, I updated my website. So if you're interested in checking me out and some of my skill set, you know, go ahead and take a look. And I had a really positive response. I didn't expect anybody to look at it, but people were like, oh my gosh, it looks so great. Congratulations on working on your site. And it was just me taking a couple days to just bang it out with Squarespace and get some stuff together. And then another thing that I posted was like, you know, open to work. From leaving my job and kind of learning that, okay, I need to you know, just be a little bit more open. I've, you know, shared information on my skill set, that I'm open to work, the roles that I'm looking for, and how people can get into contact with me. And also, again, linking my website so people are right then and there. If you share the post, if you know what I mean, if you repost it, if you like it or anything, it'll pop up on people's pages and they'll see something. And who knows, we might actually have a couple of synergies and different ways that we can work together, and I might have an opportunity out of it. I always just put myself out there. And then also updating your resume. So like I had mentioned, a lot of times we will downplay our skill set, especially as Black women, as women. We tend to kind of minimize some of the things that we've done. I've built out entire departments for companies, and that's been something I left off my resume a couple times. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't know if I want to add this, I don't know if I want to add that, limiting myself to just a couple of bullets and not realizing that I'm not actually accurately depicting what I do. I also, even on my resume, was removing or just didn't include the entire event series that I co-host along with my friend. Like, girl, people need to see that and really understand that you are working on the overall operations, the marketing, the overall event logistics, all of the things. You put that together and are creating a community for people. So I need to, you know, I gotta talk my shit. I gotta like really accurately represent myself and show people that your girl got some skills. And really taking the time to kind of go through and comb through that. So I'm gonna share a resume template as well that I had got from school, from FIT. And I think they also had like a LinkedIn guide as well. So any specific documents or things that I kind of talk about, I'm going to share them down below. So be sure to take a look. I just want to be a resource for you guys. So you know, y'all got something to tap into. So hopefully those things can help you level up your professional presence. And if you guys have any ideas as well that you want to share about leveling up your professional presence, just overall strategies in order to improve the job search, comment those down below, because you never know who may see it and you never know who you might help. So, you know, spread the wealth, share the love, spill the tea, help the girls tap in, you know. So one next thing is networking, honey. We take this for granted. And I think as well, when it comes to networking, we tend to overcomplicate things. One of the major things that I learned in my last role, because I was in a client-facing role, I was, again, on the new business side. So within new business, I essentially was networking for the company. I was one of the first people that you saw when we started to, when you had an idea, you wanted to learn about the company, one of the first people that you meet. I would be on an initial client call where we're talking about our overall company, what we can do, what are some of the things that we have done in the past, what's your idea, and how we can make it come to life. But essentially, in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so daunting. And it's just like, how am I going to talk to these people at these big name brands? And oh my gosh, I'm just little me. And it was like, at the end of the day, you're literally just making friends. You're just on the phone kikiing, trying to understand who this person is, what are some of their goals, what are some of the things that they're looking for, and how we can work together. And that is literally what networking is. It's just like, you may walk into a room and it's like, oh my gosh, everybody just seems so professional. You see somebody, you just love their shoes. Girl, I love your shoes. Or like, excuse me, I love your jacket. Where in the world did you get it? Just start striking up a conversation and just being natural and being real. What are some of the things that you're actually interested in? And don't feel like you have to be something that you're not. And be as, I would say, like, professional and correct as you need to be. Just being your authentic self. How do you want people to speak to you? Is how you should be speaking to other people as well. So one of the main things that I would do that really did kind of help warm me up and prepare me for just kind of getting out there and putting myself back out there, I started connecting with past colleagues. So one thing I would do is take to LinkedIn, I go on my phone, whoever's numbers I have, any emails that I have as well. I'll just be like, hi, I know it's been such and such time since we spoke. Maybe I loved working with you at so-and-so company, or maybe I know we didn't get a chance to work together that much at such and such company, but I really just wanted to reach out because you're somebody that I admire. I liked your work ethic, or blah, 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 blah. Just being authentic, like you just always seem cool to me. We just always clicked, whatever the phrase is. Make sure that it's something authentic to you and that actual potential relationship that you have, no matter how small the relationship is or how big or how close. You never know. You can speak to somebody in that moment. And then just let them know exactly what you're doing. So like, I recently left this role, or I recently am exploring different potential opportunities, and I am trying to reconnect with my network. I wanted to kind of call upon my network, tap into my network, and just kind of let people know that I'm looking. I'm interested in jobs or roles within blank, blank, blank. Do you have time to just connect really quickly, maybe for about 15 minutes if you're interested, just so I can kind of talk a little bit about your journey, learn a little bit about how you got to where you want to be, or just like if there's any potential opportunities that you may know of, we could possibly talk a little bit about those, explore those. Just being really authentic, because it's like at the end of the day, you're not just like, hey, how are you? I miss you, girl. If you don't miss the girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't beat around the bush. Say exactly what it is. Like, hey, hope you're doing well. I actually want to reach out because I'm looking for such, such, and such. And honestly, I feel like you could help me. If they can help you, they will. If they can help you and they want to help you, they will. If they can help you, they don't. They may not. And they might say yes, they might say no. It's okay. Whatever the response is, we're gonna move accordingly, and just keep it going. Keep moving with grace and get to the bag. That's it. At the end of the day. Also, when it comes to shooting your shot with new people. So a lot of times too, kind of taken to LinkedIn, one of the things that I did was, after I narrowed down the job search, or in the process of narrowing down the job search and understanding, okay, what are some roles that I align with that I think I want to do? Maybe I know what company I want to work at. I have an idea of the job that I might want, but I see that it's listed here, but I know what the title is, but I don't know what the job actually does. Like, I can read it, but it ain't clicking for me. What do we really do if I were to get that job? I'm gonna go find who is at the company doing the job that I want. All of those people, I'm gonna reach out to them on LinkedIn. I'm gonna be like, hi, the same exact message. My name is so and so. I'm a such and such, looking to be working at, really interested in this company, and honestly, I just decided to take some time to just shoot my shot, or I decided to take some time to reach out to potential people that are in the roles that I'm interested in. I would love to learn about your journey, how you got started, and your experience at the company and in the role. Taking those times to just be really authentic, open up, and you never know. I've gotten some great connections that way. I've gotten people to help recommend me to different jobs. I've gotten people that really took the time to sit there and be like, oh yeah, so you should do this, you should do that. I'll connect you with whoever. I'll talk to whoever about this on the team. If anything comes up, I'll definitely let you know. And it actually has helped me. I've gotten to expand my network vastly through just utilizing those strategies. I know some people are not cool with like, oh, why are you hitting people up cold, da, 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 da. At the end of the day, that's what LinkedIn was made for, in my opinion. And the girls that get it, and the ones that don't. You want to work with people that get it. At the end of the day, it'll help you kind of narrow things down. If there's like a company that you want to work with, but the people there are not necessarily receptive, or it's hard for you to kind of speak with them, or they maybe are just not the nicest people, then maybe you don't want to work there. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to just take your time, get to know people, and put yourself out there as well. So again, like how I'd mentioned, calls to actions. Those were very important. Not being afraid to just post what you're looking for. I'll post sometimes on my Instagram story and my close friends like, hey y'all know anybody hiring for blank blank? Cause I'm looking for a job. I'll keep it real open and real. You know what I'm saying? And just letting people know, I'm looking for something. Put a call to action out. You never know who may tap into it. And then another thing that I do, that I tend to work on outside of call to actions, is just talking to my friends. I talk to my friends, my acquaintances, associates, people that I've met in passing that I know are in specific fields that I may want to get into, friends of a friend. If I'm not comfortable tapping into them, I'll ask my friend who may be closer to them to, help a sister out. Like, put me on, girl, put me on. Do you know any roles? What is your job looking like? What's the company looking like? Is there a space for me to kind of get in there? Would it be possible for me to even talk to you and learn a little bit more about what this is looking like? Can I get a referral link? A referral link, please. Thank you. You know what I'm just saying? Like, you don't gotta like put me there, but you could put me there in other ways. We really can work together. And then at the end of all of those, I am always sure, out of all of these networking strategies that I'm giving y'all, thank you so much for all of your help. I do want to kind of flip it around, and what are some things, kind of knowing a little bit about me, is there any way that I can help you? Because at the end of the day, me saying that could even be like, girl, actually I'm looking. I want to hire, and I'm down to hire you. I just can't pay you as much. Maybe we could do a freelance. Maybe we could do da-da-da-da. That could just be like some little quick chump change in your pocket. You never know. Or they're looking for someone and hey, they know somebody that's hiring at what and what. That could be a job for your homegirl. We about to put everybody on. Hello? You never know what could be an opportunity. So always speak up. Always, be receptive and just be open. I think it's really important within the job search, or just in this time as we're growing and just kind of learning some of the things that we want to do and coming into our own as young professionals, fly girls, getting to that money, getting to that bag. We're very intentional about the way that we present ourselves, represent ourselves, and intentional about the things that we're going after. It's important to really consider yourself, consider your goals, think about the big picture at the end of the day, and what are some of the things that what are some of the things that you are walking towards? What do I see for myself in the future? Where do I want to be? What are my goals? And how the heck am I going to get there? Gotta start somewhere. I hope this video was very informative. I really hope that it was motivational. I hope y'all took at least something from it. If there's anything you learned from it as well, anything that you took from this that maybe you didn't know before, or just something that you thought was really insightful, please let me know down below in the comments. Let your girl know what type of content y'all like. Did you even like this video? Was it just like, girl, shut it, I don't want to talk about these? Let me know. I want to hear all your feedback. I really do hope this was helpful. It's all love. Again, at the end of the day, we get into the bag. That's it. But we're not chasing it. We are working on ourselves. We're growing. We're improving. And the bag is going to organically flow in our direction. Money. Look at this. We're going to cut to a clip of money dropping on me. Yeah. So, that's you. That's me. That's us. Right now watching this video. All of that. And make it rain. Make it rain. Yeah, that's our 6-figure jobs calling. Hello? Oh, she right here. Yeah, they're right here. Hold on. That's a 6-figure job deal calling for you. Pick up. So, come on. Like, we got these opportunities. Things are happening. But yeah. Hope I was able to help. And love you guys. Talk to you real soon.
woke up on the